We still couldn't believe what the Germans had in mind, total annihilation of our people. It was still beyond comprehension. As a matter of fact, for the bulk of the 68 months under the German occupation, at no time did I realize or believe that this was a total annihilation process going on.
In the beginning, they had organized the ghetto, and they pushed all the people from the small little towns. They pushed us in and about, I don't know how many square blocks, and they built walls around the Warsaw ghetto. You were trapped. I don't know if anybody can feel this feeling. You know, with all the freedom we have today, nobody can feel this feeling of being trapped.
Every day there were different decrees. Jews turn in your bicycles, Jews turn in your valuables, Jews turn in your winter coats, children are not allowed to go to school, Jews don't work on sidewalks. One day they said they want 25 bookkeepers. So of course, people who were bookkeepers volunteered. They were all shot on the spot.
Then came about the Edict of Hostages. 10 Jewish men were named as hostages, and their names were posted on placards all over town. Should anything happen to a German, those 10 men would be executed. They knew, because of the hostage system, nothing would happen to them. This perhaps is also one of the reasons why the majority of the people in the free world cannot comprehend why 6 million people could allow themselves to be led to the slaughter. Like sheep, without lifting a finger in their defense. It is very difficult to raise a finger against a machine gun. It is also very difficult to live knowing that because of my foolish act, 10 men have been executed, and they are widows and orphans.
We would hear certain sounds of boots on the street. And usually whenever there was a transport, it was accompanied by 10 to 12 soldiers coming, marching together from house to house and gathering all the people, knocking on the doors and saying, you have an hour. And we used to live in terror of these boots. And my parents were both deaf, and I had a deaf sister, so I became the ears. I would have to warn them that the transport was coming.
We had the stool, we had noise outside the house. They were yelling, the Germans. And they came to the door, and they burst into the room. They kicked the door open with bayonet, fixed bayonets, steel helmet strapped around the face. All paraphernalia, war, bullets and everything. And they started to yell, we should undress. So we all undressed, mother and women and men. And then one of them said that my father didn't undress quick enough. And he started to beat him on the face with a bayonet, you know, talking. Like, that's it. And they started to took out the matches. And I thought that they're going to strike the matches. No, they took out and they struck our genitals. The women's and the men's. There were only a few minutes in the room, maybe 10 minutes. It was so frightening.
The Germans were the most enlightened and educated people in all of Europe at that time. And yet, I saw with my own eyes Germans tossing babies in the air and shooting them. I couldn't believe it, but I saw it. It did happen. And they were laughing as they were doing this.